Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I have another comparison video for you, and today we are comparing Dyson vacuums. I have the Dyson V10, V8 and V12. I use all of them almost daily. I clean them plenty of time and they are still going very strong. The reason why I'm making this video today is because with so many choices we have right now, it is very confusing as to which one to buy. So today we're going to talk about and compare power, range, capacity and technology to hopefully help you guys make your decision. So before we get started on this video, please be sure to subscribe to my channel down below, hit that thumbs up, and without further ado, let's get started. Now these models represent different eras of Dyson's history. The Dyson V8 was launched in 2016 and it was the first Dyson cordless vacuum with hygienic dirt ejection system, which means you don't touch the dirt at all. It was a game changer and still is. Now, it was also the last Dyson with this vertically designed dustbin before switching to the current design. Now, this was designed so you can actually empty the dustbin without removing the wand. But ever since, Dyson has implemented this new technology to the newer Dyson V series options with this horizontally dust container instead. I prefer moving the wand anyway, so it's not a big deal, but it is worth mentioning. Now the Dyson V10, which was launched in 2018, it was a huge upgrade from the Dyson V8. Even though they share many components, the Dyson V10 came with a bigger bin capacity, more power and runtime. And the V12, like you guys know, it is Dyson's latest and it is backed with Dyson's latest technology. We're going to dig more into it in just a few minutes, but first let's just take a quick overview over the three models I have right here. So first, let's compare dustbin capacity. The V8 has 0.54 liters, the V10 has 0.77 liters, and the V12, which is the smallest, it has 0.35 liters. Now, the maximum runtime with the V8, you get up to 40 minutes of runtime. The V10 and V12 has up to 16 minutes of runtime, but this really depends on how you use your vacuum, the attachment you use, and the suction power you use. And the V8 needs about 5 hours to recharge the battery. The V10, you can do it in like 3.5 hours, and the V12, it really needs about 4 hours. And lastly, how heavy they are. So the V8 weighs about 5.8 pounds and the V10 weighs about 5.71 pounds, and the V12, which is the lightest, it weighs about 5.2 pounds. So it is the lightest, but as you guys see, the difference between them is minimal. Now, like I said, the V8 has vertically aligned dustbin, while the V12 and the V10 have horizontally aligned dustbin, with the V10 doubling the size of the V12 dustbin, 0.77 versus 0.35. This dustbin on the V10 is actually used in the V15 and the V11. It is really nice for larger home, and they both have the point and shoot hygienic emptying system, so you really don't touch the dirt. Now, as far for filtration, this V8 has full HEPA filtration system provided by removable washable HEPA exhaust filter that is located on the back of the unit, and it also has a pre-motor filter that is located on the top here. Now, even though with the V10 they implement the bigger bin, they actually combine these two filters into all-in-one single removable washable filter, and they use the same design on the V12 Detect Slim, so it is really nice because you only have one filter to wash. Now, the next difference is the battery. While the Dyson V8 and V10 has non-removable battery, the Dyson V12 has a detachable battery. Actually, most of Dyson's new releases offer a swappable battery, which is really nice, and depends on the model of the V12 that you buy. You can actually get 2 batteries and 2 chargers, or you can just buy an extra battery and double the amount of cleaning time from 60 minutes to 120 minutes, which I think the biggest game changer. Now, as far for weight, clearly the Dyson V10 is larger larger than the Dyson V8 and the Dyson V12, and it feels a little heavier, but not by a significant amount, which is nice. But I should mention the Dyson V8 and V12 are some of Dyson's lightest full-size vacuums options, which is really nice if that's something you prefer. Now you will notice on the Dyson V12 this red push button switch, which has been a welcome change from the trigger button that Dyson has used for many years. You see it here on the V8 and the V10. So this trigger button has to be squeezed down the entire time you're vacuuming for the machine to operate. So people with mobility issues, they're going to love the push button way more than this. Alright guys, so I got all my attachments out because that's what we're going to talk about next. So there are sub variants for these models with varying tool inclusion, but all Dyson's vacuums, they come with very good selection of tools, and there are actually additional tools that you can pick up from their website. Tools are very important because, like you guys know, these vacuums, they're not only used as stick vacuum, we also use them as handheld vacuum. So we need tools to use them for all different tasks. And while they have very much the same core tool set, the V12 has different connection points, so I can't interchange tools with the V12 like I can with the V10 and V8. So that's just something to consider. Next, I want to mention what the V12 has that the V10 and 8 don't. So starting with this motor bar cleaner head, it might look similar to this one, but this one actually has detangling vanes that actually helps to separate hair and strings, and it keeps it from clogging up your beater bar, which is really nice. And the mini motorized head, this one has a new design that is actually excellent at picking up large quantities of hair without anything getting tangled up in the brush, which is really cool. It literally just sucks up the hair and shoots it directly into the bin, which is absolutely amazing. And next we have the laser slim fluffy head, which is great for harder floor to detect and pick up all the dust that we weren't seeing before. It has very bright green light that is angled precisely to show you almost invisible dust that you probably can't see when you normally vacuum. Another great feature the V12 has is the piezo sensor that actually measures and detect quantities of various debris sizes, for to be exact. And if you are using the auto mode, the machine really adjusts suction power up and down, depends on the information the piezo sensor is detecting, which means it's really optimizing your battery use. And with this, you can actually see how much and what kind of dirt has been picked up in your bin. All that is displayed on this nice LCD screen that you have on the top here that the V8 and V10 don't have. Also on the screen, you can see your power mode that you select and the battery status. Alright guys, so lastly, I want to compare maintenance. Actually, the maintenance on these vacuums is very much the same like with all other stick vacuums. Upkeep is needed for them to function at their peak for years, especially since these vacuums are very expensive. We really have to make sure we take care of them so they can last us for as long as possible. So emptying the dustbin after each good cleaning session is recommended. Washing the filter once a month is also recommended, and avoid using the max suction for long stretches to prevent the battery from overheating and potentially shorten this lifespan. And lastly, the brush roller head is the most used tool, so really make sure you clean it every once in a while and give it a good TLC. Now, to answer the most common question, which is which one to buy, it really depends on your needs and what size of a home you have. I think the V10 is just an outstanding product, and in my opinion, it really has the best bang for your buck. Even though the V12 is cheaper than the V15, still very expensive for those of us who are on a tighter budget. And honestly, it's not that great for larger homes. That's why I recommend the V10, which matches the V12 suction power. It comes in with the bigger bin at a lower price than any of the newer model. So I really recommend it for maybe medium to large homes. Now the V8 is just a smaller compact design of the V10. It is for those who don't care about the latest technology, because even though it doesn't have the latest technology, it still has a lot of Dyson technology, like the suction power, the filtration system, the no-touch emptying bin, which is great. You have a sleeker design, a lot of tools at a very decent price, and I think it's really great for maybe medium to smaller size home. Lastly, the V12 is for those of us who want the latest technology at a reasonable price. So if you really don't care about the smaller bin, this is a great alternative to the Dyson V15 Detect, because you get a lot of Dyson latest technology in a smaller compact design at a reasonable price. So you get the piezo sensor, the laser slim fluffy head, you get the push button, and you get the click-in battery. All that, like I said, at a reasonable price. But that completes this video, guys. I really hope that you all enjoyed it. If you did, please thumbs it up, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.